Hello, guys. Okay, I'm going to get started right away. I know it is a weird time of day. Some of you guys might be at work. And then we will get this recording up because I know a lot of people had told me like I'm going to be in and out. So I will have this recorded for everybody as well. I'm going to keep it extremely fast. I know your guys' time is very, very valuable. So I'm going to go over the basics of what you just signed up for. First off, welcome to It Works. You guys started your own business. It is a scary thing and exciting thing at the same time. I remember when I first joined over 8 years ago, I had joined and I actually quit the next day because I was so overwhelmed. Um, and then I repicked it up and was like, I'm gonna give it all I got. I didn't have a video like this. I didn't have a Zoom. I actually didn't even have a team. I didn't have an upline or anything. So I know it can be a little bombarding at first. But I'm just asking you guys, watch this video and advocate for yourself massively. You know, one of the most important things with this business is making sure we're asking the right questions and going and asking every question at that, actually. It can become something where we overlook something or miss something, and there's so many resources available to us that it's something so simple, but we kind of veer away from it. So I'm going to give you guys a little intro on who I am. I am Jenica. I am your ambassador upline. Like I told you guys before, I started this business a little over 8 years ago. My story is not like most stories you're going to hear in this company. When I joined this business, I was taking care of my two autistic brothers. I come from a family of severe addicts. My mom is still in recovery on and off, and my dad was actually a part of America's Most Wanted list. Life looked completely different for me before this business. If you could imagine having parents like that, they also let me have 10 siblings. Okay. Who does that? And I am the oldest. With that being said, obviously there was a lot of craziness always happening in my life, and they would leave us to provide for them. I was working 3 jobs. I was a full-time student, and I had all these kids. And if you can imagine, even having one child is expensive enough, even taking care of ourselves is enough. Um, but I knew there had to be something more and to not go down that same path that they did. I was watching a girl on social media, and she was only 18 years old, and she was making like $10,000, $15,000 a month. She had a child and was pregnant with her second, and she bought a house. And I was watching this entire journey, and what actually got me was she put granite countertops in this house. You guys, I have no desire to still to this day have granite countertops. I'm not into stuff like that, but that's what sold me on the business. If somebody her age with 2 children could figure something like this out, I would be damned if I wasn't going to figure this out and change how my life was and my family's life. Now, fast forward 8 years, we went completely debt free. We live in our dream home. We have 4 of our dream vehicles now. We go on vacation monthly, and I've been able to help thousands, tens of thousands of people actually do the same thing. And so at first, when you join something like this, my dream was to make an extra $200 a month. That's it. All I wanted to do was be able to afford groceries for myself and my daughter and my siblings. But in a business like this, it's super powerful. We get paid something called residual income. So the work that we do one time, it pays us over and over and over again. Little did I realize I was creating my dream life. I was able to quit those 3 jobs. I graduated student debt free, never even going in the field, and never have used that degree and probably won't. But it's crazy how much can come out of something like this and the freedom that you can gain from it. So I just wanted to give you a little story. You're going to see my face all over the place, and that's why you guys will be seeing me. But let's jump in. So there is so many videos. There is so many lives. There's so much stuff constantly going on in our group page, you guys. I don't want you to get overwhelmed, though. I am a true believer that having a lot of resources is better than not having enough. So you might be seeing different contests, and you might see different lives and different trainings and what's a host to post. None of that matters. Okay. None of that stuff matters until you get your feet on the ground and you start moving. I would rather you guys have resources everywhere than there be no resources anywhere. So if you're overwhelmed with one portion of this business, all you do is back away from it and ask your upline, do I need to know this? That's it. So I'm going to go over some of the basics. These are the first things that you guys have to do. And some of you might have already have done this. But one, log into your eSuite with your password and your ID. You guys, like I started this before, we get paid residual income. How many times I see people not getting off of a commission hold, and they and their team maybe had gotten them a handful of customers, or maybe they have a team growing and they're not even getting paid. So you want to log in and get off of a commission hold immediately. You go to itworks.com, then go to login and use your ID and password. You guys, most of you probably joined to get a paycheck, so do this first, okay? Do not skip out on this. I get messages on the 15th of every month. That is when we get paid, and people are like, I didn't get paid. We haven't logged in yet. The next thing, download the Boards app on your phone, okay? I think it literally says Boards on it. It's white, very, very simple. Download that. We will have a link in the pinned post in the Diamond Tribe group page. I will also resurface that right now for anybody who's on here live. So that will be resurfaced, and make sure you download that. The next thing, the team page, which everybody on this currently is probably in there, or else how would you have known about it? But if somebody is sending you this recording, make sure you are in our team page. It is called Diamond Tribe. And then make sure you're in a group chat called the Best Team Ever. Okay, almost all of our group chats are all named the same. So we'll have, if there's any confusion on that, we will deal with that today. But you want to be in the group page and in a group chat. There should be only probably one group chat. If you're added to multiple, that will deal with you individually. Okay. Think I got all of the clerical downloads. You have Zoom app, most of you have it. That's why you're on here right now. And then the last one would be the It Works app. Now, we don't really use that very much, but it is updating day by day, every single day, with amazing tools that it's worth having and just looking over. Our team, though, doesn't really utilize it as much as maybe some other ones do. We're very hands-on in our group page, but still have it. There's really good resources in there. So let's move on from all of that junk. Let's move on to my favorite topics, how to make money. So you guys, everybody probably joined to make an additional income from their phone. In this business, we get paid multiple different ways, okay? I'm going to go through a couple of them. Remember, there's going to be a recording of this. Do not overwhelm yourself, but I want you guys to know how we make money. So one, we get paid residual income. Residual income is one of the most powerful things I've ever got my hands on. Work that I did 8 years ago, I am still making money today. Work that I did 4 years ago, I'm still making money. Work I did yesterday, I'll make money for a long time off of it. It is insanely, insanely powerful. We are paid every month on the 15th of the month. Okay, that's our basic pay. The next one, you can have products on hand. So you get your starter kit. Maybe you've already been a customer. Maybe you've used the products. Maybe you're like, you know what, this doesn't apply to me. You can sell products on hand. Now, believe it or not, I actually have a ton of people who message me, hey, do you have a cleanse? Hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have that? Because people don't like waiting. So selling products on hand is a lot of extra cash. The next one is our weekly bonuses. This is my absolute favorite, and that's what I'm going to dive into with you guys. So the first goal in your business is to be getting something that we call a 4-in-1. Or you'll hear them say 4 and a friend. Okay, so this is how we make weekly bonuses. When you enroll 4 customers, you're going to get unlimited $50 bonuses. This is on top of your residual pay. These are paid out every single week. So every time you hit that, $50, $50, $50. This is wonderful for gas, groceries, going out to eat, date night, stuff like that, versus like waiting for that bulk check. The next part, when you enroll the friend or the distributor, so the 4 and 1, you will now get a total of 150. So for me personally, my goal is always a 4 and 1, and then just repeat and repeat and repeat. Now here's what's really cool about this. You have 3 full calendar months to do as many as you want, and every time you do 3 of them, they're going to pay you 150, 150, 150, then they're going to pay you 350 on top of it. So it's a bonus on a bonus. Like that, somebody make that make sense, right? So it's a bonus on a bonus. So 150, 150, 150, then you get an additional 350. Hopefully that one made sense to everybody, but you really just ideally want to be focused on your 4 and a friend. Again, you do 3, 4 and a friend. They're paid out every single week, the 50s and the 100s. And if you do it 3 times, you get another bonus of 350, which is also unlimited and paid out weekly. Now, this is personally my favorite way to make money in this business, but there's another layer to it. So again, there is a recording. If you're here to make money, I would rewatch this afterwards because I'm about to go into the second layer. So with these weekly bonuses, like I just said, you do a 4 and a friend. The 4 is 50, the friend is 100, so it's 150. You do this 3 times, you get an additional 350. This is where this gets really cool. Every time you bring a friend into this business and you coach them and teach them to run their business, it's like an insurance policy that we're not bringing distributors in and letting them flop. If you can correctly teach them and help them launch, every time they do a 4 and a friend, you also get 150. I've seen these bonuses get into the $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 for 1 week. So the money is there, and then the residual is really there. I'm not going to go too much more on compensation. This is my favorite topic. We could do this another day, but I could go for hours. Okay. So that's what you really want to get a grasp on at first. When you're building a business based off of our weekly bonuses and you're focused on your 4 and a friend, the residual will follow. So I'm actually going to tell you guys a little story about when I first joined and how I actually got to be a top 10 income earner here. So I didn't know how this business worked. The only thing I understood was that if I focused on weekly bonuses, that I would be able to put food in my fridge, that I would be able to buy the things I needed. And I knew they were paid out weekly. So I already told you a little bit about my story, so you guys kind of know where I came from. But when I met my now husband, we are both from similar backgrounds. We decided to get away from that. We got our first house. And when we moved in there, I literally had a bed for my daughter, toys for my daughter, and a mattress. I didn't even have knives or silverware. I had nothing. And I had my hands on this business though. And so I understood the power of those weekly bonuses. And I understood the power of being a visionary, somebody who knew what they wanted and knew how to get it. So I had mapped out my entire home in furniture. And I know this sounds crazy, but I put the pictures on the wall of what I needed to buy. And I gave myself a deadline of this. So I needed a couch. Well, at first it started with plates, right? Plates and silverware and, a microwave and a toaster and stuff like that. And I knew how much money I needed to get it with weekly bonuses. By the time that I stayed focused on this and I've been collecting all these weekly bonuses, my residual paycheck was over $4,800. I was only focused on the bonuses though. That's the power of residual income. You don't even realize what's happening. So a couple months after that, my check was over $8,000. I was still laser focused on weekly bonuses. Over the years, this is how I've grown my entire business, is by focusing on small wins and doing them fast, as fast as I could. And that's how I ended up getting here. So I went from one time, having to buy silverware to I just paid for a Tesla in cash because I saved my weekly bonuses. Not even 2 weeks ago. I love it. So absolutely love it. And it's crazy how stuff like that can change. So with that being said, so now everybody knows, focus on the weekly bonuses, focus on a 4 and a friend. The rest is going to follow. The promotions, the residual, all of that will come when you focus on the bonuses. So how are we going to do that? You just joined. I have no idea where to go. I have no idea what to do type of situation. One, I want to say copy the right cat. Copy whoever you joined with because there's a reason you joined with them. Copy one of our leaders. I'll have a list put together of our leadership on our team. Copy myself or Savannah. Savannah is another ambassador in our organization, top 10 as well. One thing when you get into a business, the one thing I can say, my biggest tip is remember you are not selling to yourself. When people join this business, they think, but I wouldn't talk like this. Or I don't want to use these things in the boards app, the scripts, because that's not how I sound. In a business, sales is a science. We have to make sure that we're utilizing the correct way of talking, that we have to make sure that we're giving them the right facts. One person might want to do something a little different, but we have to remember we are not selling to ourselves. I would suggest copying successful people. I would be copying stuff on their page. I'd be copying their stories, and I'll get into all that in a second. I'd be utilizing the boards app, because all this is, you guys, is you put the work in, the rest of it comes out. You don't have to overcomplicate this. And so let's move on though to how do we do this? So one, you're going to be wanting to make a list of 10 people. This is where everybody freaks out. Okay, this is where everybody's like, what? I don't want to do this. So you're going to want to make a list of 10 people. When you have the list of 10 people, you're going to message your upline and say, I have my 10s list. Your enroller or your diamond upline or whoever helped you get started. Okay, you're going to say, I have my 10s list. The point is to not make you rich off of your friends and family. I always say this, if your friends and family were rich, you probably wouldn't be looking for a side hustle. So we know that's not how this is going to work out. The point is that we want to get you comfortable. We want you to find the resources. If trying to find somebody on here, Jess, I'm going to pick on you because you're right next to me. If Jess goes in and talks to her great aunt or her mom or whatever, and she doesn't respond instantly, her mom's not going to yell at her. Her mom's not going to say, get it together, girl. Like, don't you know what you're selling? We want to start with people we know and we trust. This doesn't necessarily mean this is going to lead to sales or to growing your business. This is just to get you comfortable, to finding your resources, to learning how to navigate through the boards app, to learning how to respond to people the correct way. So you're going to make a 10s list the second it's done. I'm not going to make you make up 100 people on a list where you're messaging your teacher from high school. No, we're not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to make you rich off your friends and family. I'm trying to get you comfortable for social media. This business is primarily based on social media. I've made $1 million here. Savannah's made $1 million here, over $1 million, all from strangers on social media. But I got to get you comfortable first, okay? So that's what we're going to do with that. They're going to walk you through how to message them, what to say, where they found it, how you're going to find it, and every resource you're going to need. And usually within that 10s list, you're going to become insanely familiar with how this works. The people who skip the 10s list usually are the ones who can't figure out how it works. So make sure you prioritize this step. Let's move on. I don't want to bore you with that list, but that is the main primary focus to get you comfortable. The last part about this. So I do my 10s list. I'm copying the right cat, but what am I exactly copying? What am I actually doing? So you guys, like I said, sales is a science. We have it figured out on this team. We're the #1 moving organization in the company. We have 2 people in the top 10 income earners. We literally just destroy everything when it comes to winning. Okay, follow the things we have. The biggest thing that you want to follow is something called a power hour. This is when you intentionally work your business for an hour a day. It is very simple. Okay, I'm going to walk you through it. First, adding to your market. You guys, so many people are scared of this. I don't know why. Adding to your market, I always use this weird analogy. If you went fishing in one pond and it had 50 fish, and you go fishing in another pond and it has 5,000 fish, the ponds are the same size. Who's going to catch more fish? The person who has the 5,000 fish. Add to your social media. This is how you're going to expand your business. Now, some people say, I don't want to add strangers. It's social media. If they wanted to see something, they would see it. I wouldn't be nervous about it. I use my social media only for business. I do not go on and talk about air out my dirty laundry and talk all about kids and do all of this. I literally focus on my business. So adding to your market is crucial. The next one, stories. So stories are what you guys see at the top of your Facebook. Most of you might have seen ours. That's why you joined, whatever it is. Stories and Facebook are kind of 2 different algorithms. You can find stories on any of your leaders' pages or any leaders in the company, actually. And again, I will have a list of the leaders on our team. And all you simply do is hold the story down and screenshot it, and it will take their name away. Then you crop it into you just hit add story and you paste it up yourself. Very simple. If you can't figure it out, message who enrolled you and they could help you. But stories is a part of our power hour. The next one, let's go to interacting. Interacting is absolutely crucial because you guys, at the end of the day, people don't want to join people that they don't know if they're not real. Like, if you're not interacting with somebody, they have zero idea. Did somebody hack them? Yeah, that's what I actually thought when I joined. I thought the girl got hacked. Or before I joined, I watched for 6 months. I thought she got hacked. But I started seeing she was a real person. She was interacting. She was all over the place. And this is what keeps you relevant in the social media area. You know, there's with the algorithm, the more you interact, the more people see your stuff. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Posting. I guarantee you almost 99% of you had joined because you've seen a post. We are a social media team. So posting is crucial. I want to remind you one thing though, that you are not It Works. Okay, you want to still be you. People are going to be attracted to who you are. They're not attracted to It Works. Now, what do I mean by this? It Works is a part of my life, but I don't only post about that. I follow something called a 2-2-2. This is 6 posts a day. Sometimes I miss one, sometimes I have more, but I try to stay in this guideline. This is where I post 2 product posts. So 2 before and after, something about products, something about the business opportunity, or something about the business products we have. 2 lifestyle posts. This is where I probably might not even mention anything about It Works. My posts tend to have more about it because It Works is my primary income in my life now. But before, it could have been pictures of my dogs. Could have been me at the park with my daughter. It could have been anything, going on a date night. Maybe you like camping, maybe you guys go fishing, maybe whatever it is. It could even be a quote. Some people are like, I really don't do anything. That's me. I don't do anything either. I sit here. When I'm here, I feel like my life's really boring. Well, then I'll sit there and I'll post up. Maybe it's like a quote. Maybe it's, whatever. I don't share stuff though. I post it myself. The next one is 2 opportunity posts. This is about the business. This would be about the opportunity. This would be, you guys can look through our pages and find tons of them. But by doing these things, and the last one would be messaging. So you message people who comment and like on it. By doing these simple 5 tasks for 1 hour, like you guys divide the times up, add for 3 minutes, post your stories will probably take about 5 minutes, posting, throughout the day, messaging and interacting, it should take about that long, about an hour. By doing this every single day, this was before there was other ways to build your business. I actually got all the way to triple diamond just from doing those tasks, which is over $10,000 a month income. And so this right here can grow your business massively. So if you want to move faster, you do it more times. You want more 4-in-1s, you do it more times. Or you reach out to your upline once you have the grasp on this and ask them to teach you what host-to-post is. Now, for myself and most of our leaders, we enroll about 100 things a month, every single month off of social media from something called host-to-post. But first, I want you to grasp the concept of the basics, okay? So that was already too much. I was planning on this only being 20 minutes. I know you guys are like, I do not know what I just did. I don't know what she talked about. What did I sign up for? Oh my Lanta. Rewatch this. Reach out to your upline. Get on the phone with somebody. Advocate for yourself. This is insanely simple once you grasp it. I literally can do this while I'm in the line at Starbucks, while I'm on the airplane, while I'm doing whatever. It is insanely simple, but you need to make sure you're advocating for yourself if you have any confusion at all. I want to stress, don't stress. Okay? I really want to stress that it's not going to be figured out in one day. The average person really starts to have a grasp on this business fully after about 5 days. After about 10 days, they fully are out functioning by themselves. So it is going to take that little period of time for you to learn how to do this. You don't need to know every single thing right away. That's why you have us. We're a very, very hands-on team. We're very good at answering questions, and our response rates should be pretty well. If you can't reach out, if you can't get a hold of somebody, find somebody else. Ask your enroller, who are my other uplines? Some of you might not have any. If you enrolled with me, then it's probably me. I'm so sorry. I'm just kidding. But most of you will have multiple resources. They should be reaching out to you. They should be talking to you. The diamonds and above, our leadership is phenomenal here. Get on the phone with them. Ask any questions you have. Advocate. It is not done in one day. So I'm going to let you guys get off of here. The first thing that you guys need to do, though, is get your TENS list and message who enrolled you, or a leader if they've reached out to you saying, my TENS list is done. Can we move on? So I'm excited to get to know each and every one of you guys. So many new people. I cannot wait to see everybody reaching all these bonuses, from the weekly bonuses to the pay bonuses to the residual income. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.